The podcast you are listening to of Holmberg's Morning Sickness is brought to you by my friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Trust me on this one. You've had barbecue before, but you haven't had it this good. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale, ericsfamilybbq.com.
Eric's Family Barbecue has arrived and is simply the best barbecue in Arizona. Come satisfy your taste buds with meats that are smoked over mesquite wood and sides that are made with fresh ingredients and tons of love. They have the best, juiciest brisket, pulled pork, rib sausage, turkey, or everyone's favorite, the Pitmaster Sampler that includes all the meat and 4 sides. Mac and cheese, potato salad, coleslaw, corn, or beans, yum. And for dessert, try some creamy banana pudding, amazing. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meat, mesquite, repeat. Make the trip, you won't be sorry. Dine in or take it to go. Go to ericsfamilybbq.com for more info.
Holmberg's Morning Sickness.
You've been deceived by an agent of Satan himself. He's evil.
Sitting right here. Come on.
No, he's not. He's not evil. He's just a bit rude.
Good morning, everybody. Hello there. Welcome to Friday. It's 5:45. My name's John. There's Brady. Brett Fesley, Big Dick Toledo. This is the Morning Sickness. We're ready to go. And all right, calm down. The sky's not falling, Chicken Little Arizona fans. This is the rough part of.
Got a bad feeling.
This is the rough part of Arizona sports. This is the and it happens in a lot of places, but I think we might lead the nation in Chicken Littling. I see it with Cardinal fans, and I giggle because I like to egg it on. They Chicken Little a lot. Cool. They get so high off of basic stuff. The Hail Murray. They lost their minds after the Hail Murray. This team's going to the Super Bowl. It's just a magic season. And then they start bringing in the word magic and wizardry and fate. And then they get their asses kicked a couple days later. What happened? The World Game. I had them in the Super Bowl. Same thing. You can't expect the Suns to sweep and never lose. They got their asses kicked last night by a team who's also in the Western Conference Finals for a reason, not because they just won a lottery.
By the other team and the refs, hell.
Well, the refs didn't do anything last night. Let's not do that, Brady. Again, that's that Arizona sports fandom. You can look and say the refs have done a poor job, but last night...
It was a different crew.
Last night, I think
it was.
Well, that was the one. Was it you that told me that? That Chris Paul has never won a game when the ref from last night's game was the head official?
No, I didn't.
It's a weird little statistic.
Really?
That's what you get when you start hanging out with Kevin Ray, voice of the Suns. And I told Tripp last night we had a little thing at the house there, people watching, and the boys came by and we watched the game together, and Kevin was there. And I told Tripp when I'm standing next to Kevin Ray, I said, if you start doing a little color commentary on the game, Kevin will start calling the play-by-play. It's just in him. I don't think he knows he does.
That's why I thought maybe you mic it up, get 2 mics next time, and do
fantastic.
The game.
We could do the game. Great. We could do the game. It would be, but you got to bring in producers, statisticians, and stuff like that. And I could be. The idea of the calling the podcast, and just having a no holds barred podcast call the game, and the Suns would actually hire that would be great. Like there's cussing and there's like actual, speaking like human beings kind of thing. Because Kevin's great, but he will actually start to – he doesn't know he does it. Because I'll sit and I'll say, Clippers are shooting at 47%. The Suns right now – well, that's right, John. The Suns are shooting at 36%. So it's not like the Clippers are running away with this game because they're playing so well. It's because the Suns shooting it. I'm like, here we go. I got a broadcast. And he does – I don't know that
he's got that stat grid on his phone going the whole time. It's like a ticker tape.
It's awesome to watch a game with Kevin who doesn't get to call these playoff games. He's dying to get out there and call them. It's his job. It's like a dog watching another dog on TV. Sometimes when dogs see dogs on TV, they're like, he's got a ball. Well, I don't have a ball. And he starts watching them like, I want to be that dog. I want to be the guy on. I want to do that. So, yeah, we're there last night. We're watching. Everything's fine. And, the whole thing gets going. And you watch this clunker of a game. Now, I think yesterday, if you wanted to go back to what we were saying, I do believe I said that if the Suns lost a game to the Clippers, it would be by like 16 points, 17 points, because this Clipper team does that. They just bounce on you once. The sad part about last night's game is it wasn't that the Clippers were good. They didn't play a good game. They played an average game. The Suns just were horrible. That was just a terrible. And they were due, everybody. Suns fans, they were due. They needed to.
9 games in a row.
If you're going to dump one, you dump this one. Coming off of that high, weird win, which, by the way, if it weren't for 2 missed free throws, it's 2-1 Clippers right now. I don't want to make the Suns fans feel crazy, but this is a close series. This is not something where it's like, just mopping them up 2-0. You up 2-0 because it was very evenly matched. The first game, the Suns played great. Second game was last night. They just threw their clunker out. Get your clunker out of the way. Don't do a clunker later because it can cause a meltdown. And the other stat, Kevin, was, this Clipper team's like 0 and something, like, what was it, 0 and 6 in first two games? They lose the first two games. They have like one win in their series. And they're 9 and 0 in games after the third game. Or 9 and 1. So they win now. They start. They like their backs against the wall, and they start winning. So I
think the Phantom of the Opera mask had a little something to do with it, a little distracting.
Devin Booker was adjusting
11
that a lot.
days off. You saw exactly what.
Yep.
Paint that thing white, and he looked like Michael Myers in that thing running down the court. It was crazy.
It's the old Rip Hamilton mask from the Pistons. He kept adjusting it, so I think it was getting. He's got to get used to that. Chris Paul did not have a good game. He looked sloppy. He looked like he's beaten up. Campaign going out didn't help. But it was, the sky is not falling. I've already heard a broad. What happened? I'm worried. I'm like, all right. It's exactly where it's supposed to be. 2-1. You took care of home court, albeit with magic. You got your asses kicked in Game 3. Go out, come back 3-1. Place will be a win will soothe this. But Suns fans I got text last night from friends like, I heard you were going to the game on Saturday. You still going to go after that? No. I'm not. It's all over. I'm actually. I can't text anymore because I'm in a warm bathtub. I'm about to open my wrists up. I don't know what's wrong with you people.
Why bother to go? They can't close it out.
What's the matter? They're going to lose every game. Suns lose next 4. Clippers in 4. They're just better. You got to calm down, and you can't listen to the common local media. You have to listen to us. We're the normal ones. We're not the sports people are going to go goofy. Gambadaro's going to have sauces. Campaign's leg was amputated last night. We got problems there. I've been asked to step in as the starting point guard. I had to say no because it would make the imbalance of talent way too large. I would score on average if I was in the NBA. And keep in mind, Brady, I'm in my 50s. I would score over 100 points a night, probably get about 31 rebounds. And that's just because I've slowed down a little. It wouldn't be fair.
You could have easily had 15 points last night.
Yeah. And then I would also have to say that sometimes the backboards bother me because it's not glass for my friends at Peller Windows. Yeah. The local news is going to get weird. The girls are the ones to listen to right now. This is when
whoa.
Yes, absolutely.
Really?
This is when girl fans in your office are the ones to listen to because they're oblivious to it. And they'll go, it's okay. We're still up 2-1. It's time to act like a girl fan because it is okay. We're still up 2-1. Just stop with the overanalyzing of a terrible game. Typical of a Western Conference Finals, very rarely are sweeps. Very rarely. Calm down.
Never thought I'd hear you say that.
Yeah, you have to right now. You have to do it. Because you're going to get that. You're being more of a girl by being the downer that says it's over after one loss. Well, 9 in a row, no, they're done. No, they're done. Yeah, the dude texted me last night. Well, I wouldn't even go Saturday. What if they lose? Like, what if? That's the risk. That's why we watch the games, isn't it? It's like, maybe they will. That's the fun of it. You hope they don't, but what if?
Still fun to go. And
it's usually people who don't understand spending money on things like that. Well, you're going to spend all that money, and then if they lose, I'm like, no, I'll be. That's part of it. I'm going to a game. I'm going to a game. You never know what's going to happen. That's why it's fun to go. So yeah, still going to go, and I am going to goad Kevin Ray into sitting next to me at that game and calling the game live.
You got to have your voice recorder on so we can hear this.
I might get 2 mics there and just have a little broadcast. It would be great. I can't wait because the Suns don't send a team right now for broadcasting, so we could just show up with his media credentials and say we're the guys and sit there and pretend to broadcast the game.
I've got that little task cam thing, and it's got mic jacks, 2 of them,
and
it's about that big. You just put it in your pocket, and you have 2 mic.
Kevin, do you mind holding my drink? Your drink's a little bit heavy and looks like a microphone. Yeah, just hang on to that. I'm not saying Kevin's that dumb, but maybe if he got that mic in his hand, he'd be like, oh, boy. And then Dale Hellestray was there last night. That was what a treat. When he heard the words, John and Kevin. Now, keep in mind, former Cowboy Dale Hellestray is the reason I know Kevin Ray. And evidently, Kevin was just trying to get out of his friendship with Dale so badly that he just said, introduce me to somebody else. So it's me. So Dale didn't know. And he said, so where are you going to watch Saturday? And I said, we're going to go. Kevin and I are going to L.A. Kevin Ray did not invite you. to go with him to Los Angeles to watch a game. I'm like, he sure did. Hold on a second. And he gets upset. He goes, you got him a ticket and not me? Oh, he's buying his ticket. Why didn't you even ask? And I said, here's why, Dale. Kevin, go ahead and ask him. And he did. And it was a conversation we had yesterday about kids and things like that. Yeah. He asked him. And Dale's face went blank like, well, I got to ask Brooke. I got to make sure the grandkid's not coming over. Like all the things. Like, this is why. Because you have to ask 17 people if you're allowed to go.
The laundry list?
Yeah. He said, I asked John, you in? And within seconds, I got a text. I said, I'm in. I'll book flights. That's why you ask people like me to do stuff like that, because I'm not tied down with children and rules and laws and all this stuff. And I got to ask grandparents, wife. I got to ask my mom. I got to ask these kids might be around, and my neighbors have some stuff they need me to know. Yep, I'm in. We'll go. It's great.
My mom said no.
Can't make it. Mom said no. So, but you saw Dale's face change, right? He was like, you can buy a ticket. Let's go. Well, I have to ask Brooke, and I'm not sure Brooke's going to let me.
That's not the point.
So he's pissed off about it, but he's not even sure he could go anyway.
One of the best questions I've ever heard a grown man ask another man was he points over to, was it Rich Vols? I forget who was there. And he points over and he goes, how did you get to be friends with him?
Oh, yeah.
It was Chris Katera. He goes,
he was vetting.
How did you meet? And I'm like, what, are you writing a book about me? He goes, I'm just curious how you ended up with a friend like that. And I'm like, you're asking because you don't have any friends. And you're like, how did people do it? How do you manage to meet someone and have them see you twice?
Well, the funny thing was before the discussion you guys had about the trip, it was your buddy Stebbings. Like, man, you guys are going to have fun in L.A.
Yeah.
And Dale's head works up, you're going to L.A.
Mark's going too. Mark doesn't even have tickets yet. Mark's flying out. He's just going. What are you going to Los Angeles for, you guys? Oh, come on, Jack. Oh. You can almost hear tears in the Giant, which tears of a Giant are always the better tears. They're magical, but it was fun. So, yeah, we had a good time, but the game stunk. The only disappointing part was the Clippers just didn't go out and shoot 70% and make you go, all right, tip your cap. This is a badass team. They were in it. Suns they had a chance until that third quarter, and you just knew it wasn't their night when Paul George flicked that half quarter up and it went in, and you're like, this is going their way tonight. And they had to win that game, so now you got to regroup. But, man, oh, man, I watched the local news this morning. I heard Sharp on the radio coming in just to make sure that everything wasn't blowing up in the world. I tuned into my buddy Jim for a second. He says he's worried. I'm in panic mode. I'm like,
excited for his Valley Oop shirt, though.
Oh, he's got a Valley Oop shirt, but he's in panic mode. I don't want to be in panic mode. I'm an Arizona fan. You guys panic about everything. Calm down.
Brett, your buddy Chris, short sleeve shirt with
whoa,
sleeves.
Whoa. How did that happen?
He gets teased so much that when he comes to my house, he doesn't wear tank tops.
Oh, those tank tops are in the laundry.
And there must have been at least 4 or 5 people made a comment on it.
For Christmas.
I haven't even met him, 2 of them.
Yeah, I got him a shirt that said 0 sleeves, 0 given. But the best part about it is it's not a tank top. It's actually got sleeves. It's hilarious. The shirt doesn't make any sense. But, yeah. All right, Suns fans, calm down. That's all. That's my whole message for today. Calm down.
We're getting him on the text. How many elbows can Paul George throw before he gets a call?
Look, there's a lot of that going on, but every team has that. The Clippers fans think that the Suns are banging into them too much and not getting any calls. Nobody says my team got the proper amount of calls and everything was just right. Blocking and charging, no matter, it depends on who you're rooting for on which call that was. Whether it was correct or not.
If you listen to the radio on the way home, I went just before the fourth quarter.
Brady left early. The sun was going down.
I had to beat the track.
Yeah.
At 7 o'clock at
John's
night?
place was unbelievable.
In the park, we did have a valet issue last night, so it's trouble. But yeah, Brady. I'm going to take off. It's halftime. It's 7 dark. That sun's down. I turn into a werewolf.
El Rojo Grande, Tim Kempton, said, if you don't think there's a reason why they fix games, I mean, he was saying this.
For crying out loud.
He's like, this call here, and he was saying, and Al was just kind of scooting
there
over.
Well, Al's been really on the refs.
They both were on the tail end. He says, this is why they want this series.
Oh, they want a 7-game series with a Los Angeles team. And there are, there's precedent that the game's been fixed. And there are times when the referees are bad. But when your team shoots 38%, you can't blame the refs. That's it. When your team sucks, you can't blame the refs. The Suns sucked last night, period. Devin Booker couldn't hit a shot. Chris Paul couldn't hit a shot. That's not the refs' fault. So, come on. That's it was tough. And
it was ugly.
People are asking, all right, enough about the Suns talk. Ask Brady what happened on Disney Plus when he got home. Is Loki looking good? Did you get home and watch old Disney in the Bitch Barn?
We saw Loki last night. Or the night before.
Okay.
Night before.
All right. You watched some Loki in the Bitch Barn?
Yeah. Family who had a little...
family in the Bitch Barn?
Yep. Had a little DoorDash and Loki.
Don't understand that. There's got a whole family room, but you use the Bitch Barn for that. Anyway.
I got my recliner in there, my theater recliner.
Then
I want
to. You're weird.
Move in the family room then.
You were in my little man cave yesterday. You think we're ever going to watch Disney Plus in there with the gang? That's for the other room. That's for the family room. Not that one. I'm going to have a big Disney Plus feature in the man cave.
Man cave.
Just should paint just flowers and vaginas all over the wall. All right, so there we go.
Great idea.
Potpourri and everything else. And
now people are saying that it's my fault. Dude, once you're going to that game, they lose. Yep, that's it. It's the magic of me. I thank you for giving me that kind of conjuring wizardly presence on the planet. I do have superstitions, though. Not as much with basketball and stuff. But we did have it last night. Every time I stood outside to watch the game, I don't know if you were still there, but when I'd go outside, they made a run.
Yeah,
and when I'd come back in to get a drink, they'd fall apart. Every time you go in there and get a drink, they hit threes. Okay. Well, they're shooting lights out.
Get outside!
You get outside! It was great. And Kevin had a good idea for when I do have Steeler games at the house to have in the bathroom, this would be very uncomfortable but fun, a bathroom attendant. I don't know why I don't have a bathroom attendant at the house. That's something that I've never...
Great idea.
Because I can't stand them, and I don't use that bathroom for guests and stuff. And that keeps them from pooping.
Holding the towels.
At the house, because Trip Reeb came in yesterday. It didn't say hi to anybody. It went right in.
It was an emergency.
And it was an emergency. That was not I have to pee, because I have to pee usually. Hey, guys, what's going on? I got to go to the bed. I got to pee real quick. He brought a ton of great cheese. He snuck in the cheese, put it on the counter, and then he looks around, and I'm doing announcements on the mic. I got it on the PA system to let everybody know who's there. It's
Sun's introduction music.
You got the Sun's intro music when you walk in, and Trip from emergency goes into the can for 15 minutes. Do not go in there.
Yeah, at least we know about that.
No.
At least 5 minutes.
If you had a problem with termites, you don't anymore. They have died, along with every living creature in that room. My God.
A couple of tiles popped off.
By the way, you're out of toilet paper and dreams. I killed everything in there.
Captain Coronado's going to be pissed. You made him replace a toilet for going to your house.
Captain Coronado doesn't give me a healthy stipend every 2 weeks. If Captain Coronado did direct deposit every 14 days,
he'd let him drop at your house?
To drop a deuce. I made him buy me a new toilet. Yeah, it was an emergency run-in, but it's all right. So the day started off a little strange. Before the game even started, we had some diarrhea. We had some friend issues. Chris Katero was in a T-shirt. It was just all off. But don't panic, Suns fans. Don't panic. It'll all be okay. In fact, let's get a soothing, calming wake-up song to make everything okay again. How about that? 585-9800, a good one for your chicken little brains today. I'm trying to keep you up. You're all right. 2-1, right where it's supposed to be. Although, it should be 2-1 Clippers. Let's just keep that in mind.
Don't do that.
Just keep that in mind. I don't hit the panic button yet. But it could be tied 2-2, and we'd all deep down know it's a 3-1 series. So, this guy actually might be falling. You chicken littles might be right. Remember in 94 when they were up 2-0 on the Rockets? Blew that series, and then the very next year they did it again. Rockets got them twice. 2-0. Strutting into Houston, lose those. Come back here, lose this. Oh, it's bad. That can happen. Chicken little.
They have to shoot 38%.
Yeah, you got to shoot a lot higher than that. Give us that wake-up song. 585-9800. A good one. We'll scream it together. It's 98 KUPD. The sky is falling. Wake up!
98.
Oh, my gosh.
98.
Shut the front door.
KUPD.
You've been listening to Holmberg's Morning Sickness Podcast, brought to you by our friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Eric'sFamilyBBQ.com.